out for your best interest, or what narcs love to do, or what people who are immature love to do is they wait for an opportunity to go at you. And in mind, the moment you slip up, the moment you have a bad moment, they try to jump on it, and what they'll do is start twisting it and start trying to justify why they're acting how they're acting when in all actuality they're just being a dickhead. They're just trying to be mean. People sleep on that. People don't listen. Broke people, that's what they think, bro. Okay? That's also a behavior of broke people too. I've been talking to you about that broke nigga activity, man. I talked about that shit.
Bro nigga activity. Killing what you want is a bro nigga activity.
So, 95% of communication is nonverbal, as you guys know. From how you dress, look on your face, your posture, what you have on. Like I said before, your grooming, how much you smile, your how tough you look, how somber you look, your hair, everything, right? So many different things are communicated without words, right? And it's the same thing with attacks. A majority of attacks that you're going to face in life will probably going to be 95 to 99% non-physical. So you got to understand when people are attacking you, when people don't want the best for you, and when sometimes it is hate. And not that we want to obsess over that, but it's important to realize when you have relationships with people who don't mean you any good, and what they want to do is make you a more harmless or more defeatable version of yourself. So what they do that by discrediting you and making you think that no, you're actually not that good. All right, and what they'll do is give you an overly harsh critique because the whole point is to get you to second guess yourself. The whole point is, and also what it mostly is whatever they're saying to you. Most of the time, it's a deflection. Most of the time, they're expressing how they feel, and that's why they're upset. Whenever people come to you upset, they were already upset. Whenever people come to you, seems though they have an issue with you, they already had an issue. It's premeditated. They thought about this shit already. I've learned about being a father figure to you niggas. Cause I learned, oh, this is why I never feel like we not peers. We're not peers because I'm a father figure. I'm a father figure type nigga. And I realized that a lot of y'all have issues with the men in your life, right? And you didn't get enough attention from your daddies. So when you come around a nigga like me, you want my attention. It's another thing too. Most you men, you want a daddy. All y'all want, the women want a daddy and the men want a daddy. For different reasons, obviously. I'm just saying, hold on.
Getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? You're not getting it.
So I want to play this clip from Drake. So people have been reacting. So I'm going to play a few clips out. Actually, I want to play a clip from Matt Powell for that. It was really hard to sit through it, and I got really angry. I get so mad, and it's hard for me not to get emotional and light skinned listening to y'all say this stupid shit. But we got to talk about it because it's important to really go over how much black people do not understand how the law works. A lot of us walk around doing. I'm gonna show y'all a body cam video too, just to give y'all an illustration. But a lot of black people do not take legality serious, and we do not move in the legal system in the way that we need to, and we're not educated in the legal system the way we need to. Because what happens is a lot of us do not understand what laws are laws. Most y'all don't know what defamation is. And you know why? Because black people don't protect their image. That's why that's why it's not clocking to you.
Getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? You're not getting it.
And that's why you niggas don't relate. Because you don't fight back when it's time to fight back. You don't let someone create a narrative that you touch children and make a whole song about it. And nigga, you're not going to tell me, well, that's what happens in a rap battle. No. You know what I can tell you? Because I actually watch battle rap. I'm a part of battle rap. And I can tell you, that's not a go-to. The go-to is not, let me rap about how you touch kids. Unless you be touching kids. Okay? Okay. I want to talk about something else, but gotta make sure that we discuss this in full. So this is a clip from Kanye in 2016.
Drake was just killing it for so long. And it was just like, we just need Meek Mills to me, I told Drake that the other night. I was like, yo, Drake, I'm in personal debt And to me, for me to tell Drake, the fucking #1 bachelor in the world that could fucking rap anybody to a trash can that lives 4 blocks down the street from my wife, and like basically fucks all of her friends, that I'm in personal debt, is such a like putting down the sword or putting down the hand or opening showing the hand. So many people wanted Meek Mills to win because just Drake was just killing it for so long. And they're just like, we just need like Meek Mills to like. To me, like I told Drake that the other night, I was like, yo Drake, I'm in personal debt. And to me, for me to tell Drake, the fucking #1 bachelor in the world that could fucking rap anybody to a trash can that lives 4 blocks down the street from my wife, and like basically fucks all of her friends, that I'm in personal debt, is such a like putting down the sword or putting down the hand or opening showing the hand. So many people wanted Meek Mills to win because just Drake was just killing it for so long. And they're just
You know what's funny is like actually I forgot who said this shit, right? But Kanye was saying there's this new energy that we gotta deal with. This new energy. So at that point, when around time Watch the Throne came out, so I'm reading what Kev Talk said. Now I forgot all about this, but he said, so matter of fact, let's go ahead and read the whole thing. Not Kanye West making it very clear again 10 years ago that Meek Mill beef was the first iteration of elimination of Drake plan. I implore you all to go back and really take in the players and their motivations during that beef and how it sounds similar to bullshit today. Meek said, hey, when Drake said the girl of your dreams to me is probably not a challenge, he's talking about me. Mind you, on the same song as him, by the way. Look who was Meek's most prominent champion behind him at the time, Jay-Z. Yep, Jay always like kind of like really shows a lot of support to the street guys, and all the dark skinned niggas. He was propping Meek up, introduced him to Mike Rubin, having him and Nicki double dating like crazy with Beyonce. You think it's a coincidence? It happened at least twice, and Jay-Z be the one backing the main person in the beef both times. Bullshit. Bullshit. I even gotta mention the fact that Kanye has already admitted that Jay-Z desperately teamed up with Ye to do Watch the Throne to beat everything Drake had going on in 2010 and 2011. Jay has always been a sabotager. My God, look what he did on the pop style song, Nasty Work. Like I said before, I forgot all about that. I forgot that Jay was on pop style. Now I can't buy all the way into that because Jay has been on a few joints with Drake since then. Jay was on Scorpion album. Drake, these niggas are so weird, man. I mean I get it because I do think. Listen, Jay had such a unique position in hip hop, and I guess it would have been the same for Tupac and Nas had they lived. I guess they would have had a long career. Who knows? There's always a possibility that Pac and Big could have fell off by 2001. They didn't have to have a long career had they lived, right? But Jay has such a unique position, and no one faced more hate than Jay, but also no one has got more praise than Jay, and in a deserved way. But ironically, you would think Jay would be way more supportive of Drake than he is, but also it took a long time for me to realize, nah, Drake is actually a way bigger artist than Jay. He's actually a way more, as far as like music goes, he's covered more ground, done more features, he's put on more artists. Drake's family tree is crazy, all right? Even Kendrick is on Drake's family tree. That's wild, including Meek Mill. Meek Mill is another person on Drake's family tree. He didn't really put Meek on, but like him doing joints with Meek helped. All right, him doing joints, the relationship that Rick Ross had at that time, those kind of records extended Rick Ross' career. Rick Ross is the early 2000s rapper. Rick Ross came out officially in 2005. Every day I'm hustling, but Rick Ross was always outside. He'd been around forever, you know what I mean? But by then, that's when he was on, and he was Rick Ross that we know today, right? But a lot of people who came out at that time, they wasn't making music for no damn long time. Rick Ross had a really good run, all right? I think that for what he does, it's just kind of a selling to it. It's not, but so I mean, how many more songs do we need from Rick Ross, right? But Drake helped all these people, and also I keep telling y'all, greatness is not greatness is not a celebration. Greatness is not a parade. Greatness is going to be you going to just do the work, bro. Just do the work, bro. Because most of the time, when you start getting up there and you really are with the people don't relate to you, actually it becomes more interesting to them to see you fail. And that's surprising to people, especially to a lot of men when they get to a certain point. And that's why, yo, you cannot keep mixing company. Once you get to a certain point, there's certain people you can't associate with. Once someone shows you, excuse me, that they have ill intentions towards you, especially when you start elevating, you can't be around them because you have to be that much more sensitive to the people around you and more careful with what you allow into the algorithm of your brand. I'm telling you, even a loser can change the world. So if you hang around a loser, what are you going to be learning? How to think and talk like a loser. Because your loser friend gonna make you feel a little bit better about your problems, rather than having an actual conversation with you about to move things forward. You understand? So, I want to play this video with Math. Now, no disrespect to Math and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I guess my issue is that I feel like these conversations are very disingenuous. So I'm gonna let this draw and play. I'm gonna put it on the screen and you guys check it out. All right?
But you gotta wonder, where did Drake get this information from? Where did he get this information? If there's any type of fact to it, I'm not saying that there's any fact to it. But where would he get this information? And if it was possible that he got this information through someone at the label, then that would mean that he knows some sort of documentation exists. There's something there. Because the trolling at this point, like if you're going that hard to troll, yeah, oh, okay, you do just have to, get people to have a reasonable doubt to kind of plant the seeds so that you can, in some people's eyes, you kind of give them a road to believe that, no, Drake was telling the truth by asking for this stuff. But you got to wonder, if he really does believe that this shit is true, and that's his argument. That's the thing that people are not saying. I watched a lot of people blog on this. What people are not saying is the reason why he's asking for this stuff is because his lyrics were being compared to Kendrick's lyrics, right? So UMG is like, but you said this, you said this, you said this. Like, you can't be mad that somebody said something back to you. But you gotta wonder, where did Drake get this information from? Where did he get this information? If there's any type of fact to it, I'm not saying that there's any fact to it. But where would he get this information? And if it was possible that he got this information through someone at the label, then that would mean that he knows some sort of documentation exists. There's something there. Because the trolling...
Let's play another one. Yeah, from Drake.
But, okay. Now, in the recent court date, this is part 2, a bomb went off. I think a lot of people noticed it. Lucien Grange wrote a letter to the judge saying that she owns a huge portion of Drake's catalog and is published. Now, saying that, you gotta wonder, what would they get out of defaming him or supporting the defamation of someone who they're more liable to? Their chances are that they're gonna make more money off of Drake's success than off of Kendrick's. Because if you look at Kendrick is PG Lane, he's independent. Well, he's not completely independent. He's through UMG for distribution, right? I think it would be in their best interest that Drake came out on top of this. That means, okay, then his music skyrockets, we make more money. So him admitting that, it's like, okay, all right, y'all own a big portion. How would it serve you? How would it serve you? And that's a question mark, because I'm not saying that that just goes to show that this whole lawsuit is bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. I do think like most of this shit is bullshit, but I do see an angle in it. It's petty as hell. It's petty as hell, but we're gonna get there, right? Okay. Now, in the recent court date, this is part 2, a bomb went off. I think a lot of people noticed it. Lucien Grange wrote a letter to the judge saying that.
All right, so let's go ahead and pull up that letter real quick. Now, mind you, again, we're gonna be getting into comprehension. All right, this is no diss to Math. the shit that Math is saying and how he's going about. Now he's not really being disrespectful. He sounds somewhat sincere in how he's breaking it down. But this is what we're talking about. Someone could perform something in a very sincere way and still be bullshitting you. Because right now, listen, as a content creator, I'm able to respect and recognize when someone else is doing content. So I try my best not to take things that guys say too serious on the platform, because they gotta make money too. But I'm gonna respond to it as is, right? So let's go ahead and look at this this letter from Lucian Grange. I believe I created a bookmark for it. So this is the letter right here. So we'll read some of it real quick. Okay. So it says, I am the chairman and CEO of Universal Music Group, which is the indirect parent corporation of defendant UMG Recordings. Plaintiff R.B. Drake Graham claims that I was behind a scheme to devalue his brand through the release and promotion of the Kendrick Lamar recording "Not Like Us," an allegation that makes no sense due to the fact that the company that I run, Universal Music Group, has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in Drake, including long-standing and critical financial support for his recording career. The purchase and ownership of the bulk of his ownership of the bulk of his recording catalog, and the purchase of his music rights. It also makes no sense whatsoever, as I run a publicly traded multi-billion-dollar company whose operations are in over 60 countries, covering nearly 200 markets. Ultimately, report to me. Our business encompasses. So he's going into pretty much how big the label is, all right? So again, this is not a defense. He's just saying, hey man, I don't understand, like, where you getting this from, man? Never, now mind you, niggas always support the little guy in every situation. What niggas usually go against is whoever they deem to be the winner or the big dog. So when Math and people like this make these convincing videos where they're questioning Drake's motives, what's really going on? It's not really you're not really asking the question. What this is that you perceive Drake to be bigger than the entire industry, and y'all want to see him fall, and there's a fantasy that y'all enjoy, and the success of Not Like Us. What this document and what this part of the case is making reference to is the fact that the Not Like Us cover art has Drake's address on it. And also it has a sex offender map. The graphic art is a sex offender map, and it has Drake's address on it, where you can see where he lives at. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point, is that he's a sex offender. He's on this list, and that's his house. No. That cover art had to be approved. There's no way that you thought that's good money. That makes perfect sense. What you're doing on this record makes perfect sense. And they just keep getting caught up in shit. Now, thanks to Pusha T running this goddamn mouth so damn much, he talked about how he could not put out the Whips and Chains song because it appeared to be referring to that Kendrick was on the song and he was referring to Drake. Now, the Kendrick verse is, man. But he tried to sell his album by name dropping. Who knows? Maybe that did happen. Maybe it didn't happen. But he wanted to sell his album by name dropping. He wanted to name drop Kendrick so goddamn bad because Kendrick was linked to Drake, and now this is for him a convenient way to link back up with my boo, R.B. Drake Graham. Ooh, what?
Getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? You're not getting it.
You're not getting it, man. You're not getting it. And Lucian Grange is not getting it. So, let's read some more about what Lucius got to say. I'm calling Lucius. So, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. So this is the rest of the statement. He's basically saying that I am just the best leader ever. I have a lot going on. There's no way that I anything to do with this. I have so many more better things to be doing than worrying about what you niggas got going on. You understand? So he says, given my role, I am accustomed and unfortunately largely resigned to personal attacks, and I further recognize that a frequent strategy of UMG's litigation opponents is to attempt to waste my and UMG's time and resources with discovery of the sort that Drake is seeking here, either in an attempt to gain media attention or in an effort to force some kind of commercial renegotiation of financial concessions. But given Drake's motion, I would like to make it quite clear that I never heard the recording, not like us, nor ever saw the corresponding cover art or music video until after they were released by Interscope Records. Whilst, as a part of my role, I certainly have financial oversight of and responsibility for UMG's global businesses, the proposition that I was involved in, much less responsible for reviewing and approving the content of Not Like Us, its cover art, music video, for determining or directing the promotion of those materials is groundless and indeed ridiculous. So this is his letter. Guys. Just because Lucian said that, that's a letter that he wrote to the court. The court does not have to read that and say, oh shit, all right, dog. I'm sorry, man. We didn't mean to bother you, big dog. All right, dog. Listen, don't worry about Drake, a bitch ass ninja. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. He being light skinned, and that's what y'all think this white judge is going to do, or the legal system is going to just say, see, black folks are betting on the legal system will think like us, and they'll just say, yo, F that light skinned ninja. Now don't get me wrong, if enough money's put out there, I don't know, but as far as the whole discovery thing, right? As far as now, I feel like people like Math are being disingenuous by asking why is he asking for these things. But let's go ahead and play along with that, right? Losers, I'm not calling Math losers. I'm just saying part of the loser mindset is you not respecting or acknowledging why the winner is the winner and why the winner keeps winning. For perfect example, right? You can see a guy who's in amazing shape. He has the body you want. Most of you will not go up to him and ask him, what do you do to get in good shape? And if he does tell you, the first thing you'll think is, too heavy of a cost. Too much of a cost. All right? So, I'll play these clips a few times, and we're going to go ahead, and this is not going to die here. And I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick. I thought I actually had to create a whole folder for this, so I wouldn't lose it. All right, so I'm actually gonna do it short in a little bit, and I'm gonna actually pull these back up. So this is from 2014. This is from a Ustream, back when Ustream was actually still a thing. And this is basically this girl allegedly worked at the hotel. So and back in 2014, Kendrick was with some women, and he beat this girl halfway to death. Okay. So what Drake is doing is he's playing chess. Drake knows that he has a criminal past. Drake knows it, but if the fact that y'all look at someone who's as successful as Drake and thinks that he's going to make stupid decisions, you don't become that successful by being stupid. Even with Trump, I noticed that with Trump. I'm like, guys, I feel you don't like him, you don't like him, but trying to convince me that this guy is so stupid and so dumb and so this, so that, it's y'all saying that. The country has spoken. The world has spoken. We made an activity so long because really, for the most part, Western culture hates men. That's another reason why you hate Drake, because Drake is a successful man. Drake seems to be in control of his life. But you people constantly trying to create these narratives around him. And listen, if you've never been that nigga before, you wouldn't know what's going on here. And I had to realize that for myself. In situations that I experienced, I talk about it on the channel because, listen, you may experience it on a smaller level, right? But at the same time, I don't want you guys to go around in life experiencing someone being verbally abusive, someone putting you down, someone trying to gaslight you, and that becomes your reality at some point. That's the devil. If someone's critiquing you, it's supposed to be a conversation, not I'm just going at you. Be aware of that shit. and always look at who's saying what. But getting back to what we were saying, so Mav said, "Oh, I think his point he said was that he wanted to Drake wants to plant the idea in people's minds that this stuff is true, and that's why he's going after it." UMG is being so lazy. I don't know who they paid off, but they being so lazy that their defense is, "Oh, we wouldn't do that. We've been friends for years." Nigga, Drake been up for renegotiation. Drake recouped his $400 million contract in a year. That's how much money his music makes for the fucking industry. That man's catalog is worth billions and maybe $1 trillion. Y'all gotta understand what that shit means. He recouped $400 million in a year. And I keep hearing this thing about, well, they use Buzz for Drake too. My nigga, when they did a purge on Spotify, Kendrick Lamar has lost almost 1 billion listeners, meaning that most of your numbers were bots. Kendrick is number 4 right now when it comes to stream artists. And he'd be lower than that if it wasn't for this whole beef. Pause. But before we go, let's make sure that we play these videos real quick, all right?
Vegas last weekend. Is today after Kendrick Lamar beat a woman up in Vegas last weekend and left her badly injured in a hotel room. That incident is under investigation.
One more time.
Kendrick Lamar beat a woman up in Vegas last weekend and left her badly injured in a hotel room. That incident is under investigation.
So now somehow that the algorithm don't be playing this shit over and over, kid. I've seen this shit one time. This is not floating around. So you can't see the screenshot, but this is from a post in 2014, around the time that it happened. All right. So at the time, it remained a rumor, and somehow they pulled strings to where somehow this dude didn't get in trouble. And I was wondering, like, damn. Usually when niggas do bad, they just wind up crashing out, and that's it. But now it's becoming clearer that Kendrick Lamar was always meant to be the contingency plan for Drake. He was always meant to be maybe not someone who could replace Drake, maybe not someone who necessarily could out-rap Drake, but someone who could do enough damage that if Drake got too powerful, right, that they will be able to devalue, because that is what happened. Even though Drake is more, it backfired because Drake is more powerful and more popular than ever. Drake is almost the only thing niggas still talking about. And again, Drake has had an unprecedented run. Now also, Math asks, how would they benefit? It's always about the money, and it's always about having that mindset of domination. See, black men, African American men, I don't know if he's African American, not Math Hoffa, but African American men don't understand the idea of domination. They don't understand the idea of control and controlling those under you. All right, the artists are meant to be broke. The artists are meant to be dependent on the label. All right, the artists are meant to be under the control of the label. So should the artist become so powerful? You realize that Drake doesn't do press runs or barely do videos? He does these numbers without music videos. He does these numbers without any promotion. Saying. Here's another one.
Day after finding out that a very famous rapper's name was kept secret in the Diddy trial today. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure Jay-Z is giving a big thumbs up. And I'm sure Jenny from the block is somewhere whooping it up as well, because today, when a witness mentioned a very famous rapper who was involved in a Las Vegas incident, the judge blocked this name from being shared after the prosecution pushed for this name to be hidden. The weird thing is that Diddy's team is the one who actually wanted this famous rapper's name outed, but Maureen Comey, who is working for the prosecution, basically the government is the one who wants to keep these names hidden. And Maureen Comey is the same person who was involved with the Ghislaine Maxwell trial involving the Jeffrey Epstein files, and she also pushed to keep those names redacted to hide.
I asked a question, so I mean, all right, we gotta ask, what's this protection for? Who's protected? So Kendrick is being protected by the government. I need y'all to really think about that for a second. Why would the prosecution want this name to be redacted? This goes way deeper than you think. It's one of two things. Either the label has it makes sense because these people have a lot of money. So, pardon me. On that level, you can make things go away. It's a multi-billion with a B. Hey Google. Hey Google. How much is UMG worth?
Universal Music Group's market capitalization is approximately $53 billion as of August 2025.
Y'all niggas ain't never had an artist who's probably worth more than a damn label. Whose music is worth more than the label that he's on. Moving forward, right? So I was saying, why is this man being protected? What's going on here? Not only that, it was a white woman. Y'all not questioning how does a short dark skinned nigga from Compton get away with pummeling? He said he pummeled her. He said he thrashed her. He thrashed her about, and he didn't just get into an altercation. He beat the hell out of this girl. That's not normal for men to even do that. And I'm about to tell y'all right now, y'all know what's about to happen with Kendrick. Kendrick's career about to be over, bro. The fact that the way he done played this tour, that nigga does that song every night. He did that during the biggest moment of his career. The whole Super Bowl performance was about Drake. You up there with his exes? You up there with his old work doing your song as corny as that's gay as hell. But again, dark skin privilege. Dark skin privilege be y'all be letting a lot of niggas get away with a lot of different shit because of dark skin privilege. Anyway, one more for you guys.
Memorial Day or it was fight weekend? I don't remember.
Oh, they're both. There was a big UFC fight. There's always a big UFC fight.
Well, no, it was Memorial Day weekend, and then it was fight weekend, and then Memorial Day weekend. And I don't remember. I think it was Memorial Day.
I know I was there for a fight on Memorial Day weekend.
Whatever. Anyways, so I get dispatched up to one of the rooms.
Dispatched. That's lingo. That's technical inside.
I'm gonna end up talking in code.
She was told to.
Yeah. The call came over the radio.
I got told to go up to her room to help some girl get down to the casino because she was scared. She ends up being all bloody and everything. Oh, good. Oh yeah, it was lovely. So I'm like, oh, crap. And so I had to call like my supervisor, then I had to call my other supervisor, then I had to call my boss. And I was like, we got a situation. Because like half of her face was like blown out pretty much.
Damn.
So I'm like, oh, lovely. And come to find out, she was with a certain rapper who had assaulted her.
Was his first name Lil?
No.
That'll narrow it down.
His first name was Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah.
Wait, it was him? What do you do?
Utter shock. There was an utter shock of what? That don't bother y'all. These people are not. These are not bloggers really. These are people who was doing the Ustream back then. This girl saying that she worked at a hotel and she was there to get the call to assist this young lady that Kendrick Lamar allegedly assaulted. So you got niggas coming online, comment on the case and just saying, yo, you can't do this because you lost the rap battle, this and that. And that's what's wrong with you niggas. You don't fight when it's time to fight, man. You don't. Reason why you don't relate is because you don't care about your image. You don't care about your name. You don't care about the future. You don't have a reputation. You have no honor. So you don't understand the concept of defending your own. Most black men do not understand the concept of standing up for yourself in the real world, not crashing out. Anyway, I'm working my ass off all week, man. Gotta go, man. I love y'all, man. We gonna be out of here.